Hey, good evening. Welcome to another episode of Life Talks with my old Fawole. Voice behind the camera, Semhar. Oh, sorry. Voice behind the camera, the wizard, and we have Semhar.
That's right. In the house.
Good friend of mine.
Go on, try and say my last name.
Test for Gurgish.
Go on.
Come on, you know I love your family. Come on.
Only people that
Semhar,
care can
test for
say
Gurgish.
Test for what?
Test for Gurgish.
What's Gurgish?
Her surname is Test for Gurgish.
Okay, but
that's her surname.
Every name has a meaning.
Yeah.
It's actually technically, I hate saying it because it makes it sound really English, but it translates to Saint George. Tesfa is Saint. Georges is how we say George.
No way.
George.
Yeah.
Test for Gurgish is George.
So
Saint
English.
George.
Yeah, like it's English.
Saint George.
Different Saint George.
Well, it's a saint and it's a George, but no.
So, but necessarily, but there would have been saints from all different kind of.
That's what I say. With them biblical names, there's universal versions of it, isn't there?
Yeah, and then I understood that some of them were stolen as well. Like if any of the Europeans came anywhere back in the day, the Crusaders, other places, they saw something they liked, they damaged stuff, and they saw something they liked. They thought, I'll have that, and then they say that's mine. That's mine.
Yeah.
St. George is mine. You know what I mean? Basically,
even the biblical language in Eritrea is called Ge'ez. It's in Ethiopia as well, but it's one of the most ancient languages. It's older than Sanskrit.
Yeah. What's
What's
it called?
Ge'ez.
Ge'ez.
Mm-hmm.
Can you speak Arabic?
No, but what it is...
No, do you speak Arabic?
In
No,
Ethiopia,
I ain't
they're Christian.
Arabic.
They're Christian in Ethiopia.
They're
What?
Greek Orthodox.
Greek
That's what
Orthodox,
in
sorry,
Eritrea
yeah.
it's 50-50. It's Muslim and Greek
Yeah.
Orthodox.
Well,
But they
yeah,
they
Muslims
marry
as
each
well.
other and everything. It's cool because we're Eritreans first.
Yeah.
Everything else afterwards, you know what I mean?
I like that.
No, but that's how it is. Our unity is our strength. We're a small nation.
Yeah, you lot are very.
Yeah, so
Patriotic
that's
people
all we
as
got,
well.
but it's a lot. You get me?
Yeah. I feel it. Looking into the Eritrean community, I feel it. Seeing the solidarity with the social clubs, the way the families congregate, the way you see families together, the wife, the husband, the children, irrespective. It reminds me of like, not so much olden days, but the days where family was respected. So that kind of ethos that you have within the nation is where people respected family. Like in The Godfather, when they walked down the road with their family, their wife, and all them man, they had a wife, kids, and they was proud of it. They wasn't going out of it, but that was the epicenter, and that kept them grounded. And that was the thing, family,
everything. Like I wouldn't have made it through what I've been through without my family.
Yeah.
No, they got my back. That's why I'm strong. You get me? It's been instilled in me.
Yeah. Let's talk about your family, because I went to school with your brother. We went to school together, didn't we?
Yeah.
We went to school together. Big family.
Yeah.
Big family. Yeah. How many brothers and sisters again?
I had 2 brothers, 2 sisters. Obviously, my older brother, who was in IOJ, is deceased.
Rest in peace. Rest in peace.
But and then when you're Eritrean, like I was a war baby, innit? We were refugees when we came here.
Okay, yeah.
So,
Wow.
Everybody knew each other. We grew up together. Like we used to go Saturday school, and everybody, when you introduce them to non-Arab, that's my cousin, that's my cousin, that's my aunt. And it take a village to raise a child.
Yeah.
These people are still all in my life today and got my back, got my children's back. Yeah.
That was deep. That was something I wasn't aware of in school, but I became aware of it like one day in class, and that was mad. Like it was like you will know. You probably know what I'm talking about because he was in my class. And one day there was a guy. It's called Addis. He was called Addis Ababa. Remember Addis?
No.
Addis was in my class, but that's the capital of
Ethiopia.
Yeah, but that's what his name is. Addis, quiet guy, Ethiopian guy, very quiet, never troubled no one. One day this guy was troubling this guy too much. The guy never troubled no one ever. The way this person was just picking on him, like this guy used to be so docile. The way when this guy flipped and dealt with the other kid, it was like wow. Because before that, the guy's kept himself to himself, very regal, fair size stature, but he was just so cool. It's like after he wrapped this guy up now, and the teacher allowed it because what the guy was because we went to that school where there's a lot of racism.
Because they're from NFL, we'll run some joke on that. They're never ready to fight, innit? Like you gotta fight, you fight then, innit?
Yeah.
Like, wait till after school.
Yeah, if there's 1 or 2 of them, there would be 10, 15 of them. Anyway, we'll talk about that in a bit. They're bloody anyway. But yeah, so. This guy he basically wrapped this kid up in PE. We was all talking fight. He wrapped him up good. But afterwards, people start telling me, oh no, my brother Leland, remember Leland? Leland goes, yeah, don't play with my man, you know. You know where he comes from? He's come from war.
Yeah,
he come from a war talk. He just came over. You know what? You're in school, people come and they join your year like later on, not their first year. He just come and he was cool, but no one actually knows people's backstory. No. He came from a war-torn country and he came from war. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so only God knows what he had seen. But the way he wrapped this kid up, it was serious. So sorry to digress.
No.
Like what you was talking about. I was unaware of that kind of, and I think a lot of people might be unaware of that kind of migration, because we're talking about Windrush, we talk about other stuff. There's also mini migrations that we have from all different kind of countries for all different kinds of reasons. Do you know what I mean? And to say that you have that community, sense of community, that it makes sense now. Someone being from outside, I'll stop being long with you, would be totally unaware of that, like I was. Someone could take solidarity for something else, you know?
I'll give you the joke. You see, when I say my family give me my strength, imagine I came to this country when I was 4, so I would have been off the boat, not speaking no English. Wow. I don't ever remember experiencing racism. Wow. And it's not because I didn't, it couldn't have been, but to have not felt it, you know, when you got that sense of self and pride.
A lot of people's story that didn't grow up in a Western country, they didn't experience racism.
But the thing of it is the issue with racism and the conversation about racism, especially, is people see racism as that 1970s overt neo-Nazi skinhead thing. No. Like, it's so insidious. It has so many. It's so 100%. Sophisticated.
I think the word doesn't explain it well enough, because like I say to you, I feel like the human race is only one race anyway.
That's what's up.
So when they start confusing you and telling you there's different races, and then explaining to you racism in the way they feed it to you.
Yeah.
Like through movies and
it's a system. Like it's like it needs to be in place because it keeps people divided. Just like, you know, like class, like gender, like sex, sorry.
Yeah,
it's all conquer. It's all
straight discrimination, isn't it?
Yeah,
you discriminate against it's just straight discrimination. Like you discriminate against who and what you want to when you want to.
But when you know who you are, you'll be all right.
Yeah, none of it matters.
Yeah, but then see this.
It's an opinion.
But you see, this is the thing. When you know who I'd be all right. If you're coming from where you came from, where you come from, that the arena, the family, the sense of lifestyle, where we came from when we was younger. Yeah. Fantastic. Some people got lost, but a lot of people got through, and we know where we come from. So it's hard to crack us. Right now, the disparity between the first and second generation of our nations and the bullshit that they're giving everybody, like Instagram, this, you name it. You got to put your hair down here. It's just. How does anyone get to know themselves? It's hard. It's really hard unless you've got that family background that you had.
And also,
or do you have?
Like, you know, when I was a little bit ignorant. So, you know, like you meet people and you're like, oh, what's your name? Like, you know, the natives of here, the English people. And I'll say to them, oh, what does your name mean? I thought every name had a meaning. Like, where I'm from, that's what I'm going to call them, innit?
The native. Okay.
Yeah. They've like, they've got a meaning.
What's trouble?
It means John.
What does it mean? Like, I ask people, and they were like, don't have a meaning. But where I'm from,
no, what do you mean? What's it mean?
That's what I still get. But like your name, like for me, I've got 2 kids. Yeah. You to bestow a name on your kid is a big deal. Like you know, it has to have meaning. And there's an old African proverb, innit? If someone forgets who they are, they look to their name to find themselves. You get me?
I've never heard that, but I can.
But it's real, that. And that's as far as you gotta go. Just back to yourself. Yeah. Nowhere like who am I? Like I know who I am. I know whose daughter I am. You understand? And I don't mean that. I don't, in the sense, I don't, people don't know their parents. When you're from my country, if somebody wants to know who you are, they ask you whose son or daughter are you. You know, like the Arabs, they're our family of. That's how I'm known. Like, and my dad is a big man in the community, and my mum and dad, and they're not big as a label thing. They helped people. They was givers. They was for the community from day one till now. Do you know what I mean? Always. So everyone is.
Always scared about that.
Everyone knows who my family is. Yeah. And it's because we're a big family, and it's because we were always community.
Yeah, I remember coming to your house a lot when I was young with Tedros, innit? Me and my brother used to get up to so much nonsense. We used to get to so much things.
I believe.
Oh man, but your dad, like, for me, what you're saying about him now, and the reason, like, I was, like, let's say, scared.
Everyone, even I was scared of my dad.
It was because that he personified a real man. He's taking care of his family. Where he's come from. He's brought your family. You're a big family. Yeah. I'm a dad now, so I know what it is to take care of kids and take care of a family. Doing it back then with everything that's wow, it's a lot, man. So his fierce, his ferocity was it was well placed. I was like, raw. We used to run and hide from him, me and Ted was.
Yeah, like he was like it's that good kind. Like, it's so funny because me and my dad are very close, and even I was scared of my dad. But it's that, you know, that good old African, that fear kept me straight. Sem never got in trouble. Like, no one had to, because I answer to my mum and dad. You understand me? Nobody else. I answer to my mum and dad.
Do you feel like it's the same for your kids?
Trust me. Yeah.
Or do you feel like it's
no, what it is, I think too many people who grew up the way I did. You know, it's so funny. Like, I grew up poor, but like, I don't say that.
You got rich.
No, but I don't mean, I'm talking that material, but I don't, for people say it, you know, and I tell people, I never had toys when I grown up. When we're just talking, they're like, what? I'm like, shut up, I had brothers and sisters. I didn't need toys. I never needed for nothing. I never felt, I'm talking matter-of-factly, financially we were poor, but Eritreans ain't got an issue with being poor. We don't need a lot. We just need enough, and that's each other, love, respect. You understand me?
It's brought up black people, a lot of black people, like my heritage around the same time was the same thing here.
Yeah.
Or what even works out working class people here as well. I won't even just be specific to that. We didn't need much.
It's a class, it's a system. And the thing of it is, though, then you got people who's, I'm not going to name it, but there's some people who's so vexed that they was poor, then they get older and they want to show the world. They're buying cars they can't afford, they're getting things for their kids, like putting name brands on their children, trying to make up for something. I'm not focused on giving my kids what I didn't have. I focus on making sure they got what I got. And that's discipline, respect, love, values, them things. You get me? That's what I focus on.
The only reason I'd ask is because, you know, it's still a different environment. You know, like,
they couldn't hack what we've hacked. They're different. They're born here. Like, you understand? We always
her children.
Their children. But the thing is,
don't say that.
I don't mean it disrespect. We walk through fire, so they don't have to. They will still do their own thing. But
and I'm not taking away from you.
Yeah.
Like, I said it to a couple of last guests. Kids, they will adapt. If they were born when you were born, they would have got through it, even though you think they're soft or whatever.
No, that's what I mean.
Like,
if they were,
your blood in their veins, they could have done what you did, but if they were born there. But they're born here, so with the way they've been brought up now, they couldn't survive in that.
Yeah, but they've got their own things that they will survive.
Yeah,
you get me?
Yeah.
Like, and that, I think growing up to first, because my parents were immigrants, and then when you're growing up, you know, when you're young, you could really resent being Eritrean because you couldn't go nowhere, you couldn't do nothing, and you're watching your peers. It was strict, but it was, you know, it's a healthy strict. And then I remember thinking, like, you can get a bit resentful, like, oh, you can't do nothing, yeah? But then you realise, you come to a point and you're like, when you're young, you're a bit self-centred, innit? And your priorities are stupid, innit?
You don't know.
But,
you just don't know.
But when my brother died, yeah?
Rest in peace, man. He's my homie, you know.
Listen, my community, but this is what we do. Like, when somebody dies, the whole community will go to that house, you get me? And then the people whose family it is, they just need to mourn, and the community will come in, we'll bring food, everything we'll muck in, because the body always goes home. That costs a lot of money, but the community will chip in, and your family will be buried back home, and all you got to do is just be, do you know what I mean? And that level of love that we got, do you know what I mean? When I lost my brother, but we all lost a brother, you get me? We all lost a son. That's what it was. It didn't feel like it was happening to us. It happened to all of us, you get me? And that's how you get through, like.
It's true for you. Having that is important. You know what I'm saying?
Huh?
Having that's important.
You know, one time I was chaperoning at my friend's birthday party. Her younger sister's birthday was Eritrean. And then anyway, when it was time to leave, was on the bus, and one of the boys and his friends was there, yeah? And one of the boys was Eritrean and his other two friends wasn't, yeah? And he was rinsing Eritreans and Eritrean, you know. And then, this is the thing, like, we can say amongst each other things about black people that we know to be true. But I ain't going to sit in a room with non-blacks and rinse my people. You get me? There's a difference, you know what I mean? There's an understanding, and we know how we're saying it. And then I just remember I had to put this boy in check and say to him, listen, don't do that. I said to him, don't do that. Like, don't rinse your own like that. Rinse your own to your own by all means, because it's coming from, but not like this. And then I had to tell him, I said to him, listen, I only met you today, but if you drop dead tomorrow, I said, my entire family will come to your house and look for your family and help your family. But I had to go through that too. I've been that age. I've been him, do you know what I mean? So I'm not angry at him. I'm just trying to show him, but then I know that now. You know,
well, you was taught that though as well, which is what you're actually doing. You're passing it on to someone else who's from the same nation as you. So you're doing exactly what everyone does anyway. You're teaching them, all right, you done it, don't do it again, mate. You know?
Yeah.
The Eritrean presence has like really grown in the last, I'd say, 5 to 10 years because I knew like my friends that were Eritrean back in the day when I was younger. You know what I'm saying? Like I knew, you know, like you could not count on your hand, but you know, like it wasn't how it is now. Like let's say for instance, you know, like Holloway.
Hey, is it? You go to the hospitals, they've actually got our language.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I did like all the barbers, all of the, you know what I'm saying? The salons for women and that. There's the majority of them are Eritreans. Like, you know, like back in the day, that they took over which the things that the Jamaicans was doing. If you get what I'm saying, like you know the barbers and the salons used to be a Jamaican thing. You had African ones, but it was majority Jamaicans. But how the Eritreans is taken over now. You know what I'm saying? Like you can see that their presence is so much more visible. I have so much more friends that are Eritrean, and I can see how I understand their community has a. You know what I'm saying? I remember. I
grew up. Where are you from? Eritrea. Eritrea what?
Yeah.
Eritrea. Now, times like people will say to me, "Oh, you're Eritrean." Aren't you?
Exactly.
I still get happy though. People know my little country.
You know what I'm saying? It'll be like they'll pull that bullshit like about your forehead and how you look. And now, like I can see you're gorgeous. You know. And there's so much people who, like where we come from that have got features that accentuated that make them so fucking beautiful.
But I resent that personally. Do you know that's comment because
why?
All pretty girls have big foreheads.
Why?
No. Because first of all, right, just you know, I'm a feminist, yeah. So it doesn't appeal to my senses. Like I've had people
to tell you that you're beautiful.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Tell me I'm smart. They can tell me I'm insidely beautiful. I will thank you for that.
What does beautiful mean to you?
Huh?
It
depends. It depends how you're saying it because let's be fair. You was talking about my outside, and
definitely.
There's Let me give you an example of why I got an issue with this thing. Yeah, so I think there's women from my corner of the earth that you could maybe like Eritrean, Ethiopian, Somalian, and I would, yeah. But I'm saying people gravitate and they say, oh, the women from there is like this and like that, yeah? Mm-hmm. I was walking with my son in Dawston one day, walking along, my son, and then you know them charity people? Yeah. Anyway, this guy said to me, oh, Dad, like, oh, you're Eritrean? I was like, oh, respect, because you're in my country. Because I grew up people not knowing my country, right? Then he started talking about, oh, he could tell by my features. Bear in mind, it wouldn't matter if this wasn't a white guy, but this was a white guy, yeah? Then he said to me, oh, yeah, like the women from your country, yeah, they're nice. He's like, yeah, I used to date Caribbean or West African, but he's like, I don't now. I only date East African women, I said to him, oh, am I an okay black? You get me? I'm okay black, but my brother and sister over here is not okay black. I had to tear this guy a new asshole. I'm sorry. I just had to tell him how fucking dare you? How dare you speak to me like that? How dare you speak to me? You're speaking to a black woman, Don't talk about my people like that, and don't do it in front of my son. Don't you do it? Like, do you understand? And I don't like this. I just don't like this separation
the
thing.
sad thing is some people would have liked it.
Exactly. A lot of people do, and that's what I'm saying. All the time. The majority will. I'm telling you, but they're not really looking at what is being said underneath. You understand? I've had people say to me, "You're not black." I've had people say that to me, but what they're saying to me essentially is, you're not my definition of what I think it is to be black, because they've got a concept of what black is. Like in my family, we're not even all the same tone. That's not even normal in one black family. So colorism is a joke to me, because that would mean I don't like my brother or my sister or my mother.
Wait. But I understand you saying you resent what I was saying, but you never heard the entirety of what I was trying to say. And also, in the respect that you said it in, it's derogatory. I wouldn't accept it like that. It's kind of like superficial. It's like you're taking a piss. But what I was trying to say to you is, we was talking about back in the day and there being a limited number of people from different ethnicities, especially your ethnicity.
I spam me one time.
Okay, see, now you get, that's what I was saying.
Do you remember?
Of course I fucking remember. I was in a wanker. But anyway, that's what I was trying to say to you.
I was ready to die.
And I'm glad you got what you wanted to get off your chest in that respect. But what I was trying to say to you, what was actually beautiful, people who didn't understand it was treating it like it wasn't beautiful, treating it in a certain way. I'm saying across the board. That's why I'm saying now your beauty is celebrated. Back in the day, it was like I would spam you. You're beautiful. Maybe I saw how beautiful you was, but being a kid, when you're kids, when you like someone, you punch them. Yeah. But I would be like, oh, spam. We just do stupid fucking things.
Yeah.
But like looking at you now,
kids are ignorant.
I can see the beauty in you. Looking at, like that's what I'm saying. Go to our sisters from all different countries. The accentuated features that people are trying to get now. The lips, the other parts of your body. Yeah. These are things that make us look gorgeous, like queens, like angels, like gods. Do you get what I'm saying?
Because we are gods.
Thank you, and that's all I was saying to you, honey.
Isn't that how it goes? We're made in His image.
Exactly. So I can look and now celebrate more because you understand more. Your eyes open, but I could celebrate before. But what people didn't celebrate before, didn't understand, it was just like they were taking a piss. You know what I mean? I really truly, they probably taking a piss because they wanted it back in the day or they loved it back in the day, but they couldn't accept it because. You're gorgeous. A lot of East Africans are just the beauty. Sudanese, there's so much beauty in our country, the whole of Africa. It's just too much. Seriously, and that's what I'm saying. So, all my sisters out there as well, it's not a superficial thing. We're beautiful, black and strong. All our features, all the things that define us and make us us. Our melanin. Bumba clot, how you mean? Right? You see, and that's the response I wanted. See that smile? Like, see that smile, the dimples? That's what I wanted for you, because I was celebrating you. Not trying to be silly.
No, but do you understand why I'm sensitive about it? Like,
but that had to get that had to be said as well, because there's some people that might say it in the way you're saying they will say it. So let's be clear. Don't try and like brush me over to me. Oh yeah, you look pretty. All black girls. No, get the fuck out of here. It's not for the goddess that I am. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, and but listen, you know, one of my pet fucking hates, right, is, you know, there's so many black men, yeah. If you want to talk about racism, they can talk all day, right? Right? But then, if you want to talk about feminism, then they become as ignorant as that white person that don't want to talk about race. And all I want to say to you, you lot as my brothers, like, I got your back as your sister. But what you need to understand, being a woman is the only thing that is on par with being black, in terms of how you're oppressed, how you're objectified, even if you look at the history, how you're held back. And when I step into the room, my womanness or my blackness don't walk in at separate times. It's boom at the same time.
In terms of the society, they accept you a lot more than they accept the black man.
No,
it depends. Let me try to.
That's what I'm saying.
I'll break it down.
It's a mess. Because
one of the reasons
there's things that society will be more open to a black woman.
Yeah.
That will never be open to a black
man. I get what you're saying.
Because they feel they can control them because they're a woman, so they're taking the piss. It says a double H taking the piss. They think it's a black woman, so they can control her. Do you know what I'm saying?
I get that they have a struggle, but I'm saying there's a lot of things that they make easier for them for it to be harder on the black man.
Yes, but you have to. I completely hear what you're saying, and one of the you know why I'm here today. We're going to get there. And one of the biggest issues is the law does not recognize intersectionality. Yeah. So
what's that?
Exactly, right. So it's because even somebody had to explain it to me. So
intersexuality.
Intersectionality. Yeah. So for example, I'm a female and I'm black, right? So I've got like a cross to bear as a black person and a cross to bear as a woman, but I don't bear these crosses separately. Do you understand? And so when I had my case, it was about race and sex, but the law only recognizes race here and sex here. So on some of the things they made me let it go because white women was allowed to do it, and they were trying to say, well, then it's not sexist.
Let's do this, yeah. Let's talk about this directly so the people at home understand exactly what you're talking about now. Let's talk about what happened. Just break it down. I only know. Okay, what I know. I'll tell you what I know.
No.
I was looking on wherever I was looking on. Saw your picture. You know our history, and I see it's in the Guardian, and it said like you won a case against a casino, I believe, against for this wrong
direct race
discrimination.
That means that in your face shit, not even
direct race discrimination, no covert stuff in your face. They didn't care. They didn't give a shit. So
they should word it like that, and it's better. But that's what it means.
And this is another testimony to your fierceness and your power. We mentioned we spoke before, like you said, you're soft on the inside, but you're fucking hard on you're soft on the outside, but you're fucking hard on the inside. And to go through the trials and tribulations qualifications you have as a black woman, as a black person and as a woman is enough already. But for someone to be doing this stuff right in your face, you need to suffer the things you've suffered, like, and still be smiling and ready to talk about it.
That's what's up.
That's what's up. It's strong. So to you.
Yeah, no, thank you. But it's so do you know what was interesting when this whole thing first kicked off in terms of, when it first got published, when that I was actually taking this case and it was my claim was made public. So I worked in a Mayfair casino. I've worked in Mayfair casinos I did for 17 years.
Wow.
Yeah, I was very good at it as well. So, but
it's a creepier,
yeah. So you got Ted put me on to that.
Seriously?
He said I'd be good at it because I like maths, innit? Like, you need to have your numbers on.
He's good at maths as well.
Yeah. But, what was I saying? Yeah, so I did that for 17 years and it's you know what it is? It's one of these industries that is, everyone knows everybody. It's very incestuous. You could go around the world to a casino and if you go into the casino, it's very likely you'll meet somebody who knows someone you work with or someone, like everyone knows each other. It's very incestuous. Most people who've worked in this job haven't worked in any other job. So they think that...
That's it.
Yeah, because the money's all right, you get tips in it. But it's they think this is what they constitute as a work environment. Yeah. So I've done jobs. I've had different jobs. I know my rights. I know the law. So, but for the nature of the kind of work it is, because it's you're not supposed to say what happens in there, right? So you don't, and because it's just so niche, you only end up talking to it with other people in the business because it goes over other people's head otherwise. So the kind of stuff that happened in there just wouldn't happen in a normal, in any normal job. Like, you get like people telling you to fuck off, throw in there. I could just tell so many.
Okay, so basically, let me wrap this up for you now. Like, because people are losing money and so much things are at stake. These people, you got certain people. Maybe they've lost their house. Maybe they've lost $100,000 or $50,000 or just the last £20 for the day. Yeah. They're losing it, right? Because they're fucking pissed, or they've been there all day trying to get that.
Everyone knows a gambler. Do you know? Yeah. Essentially, it doesn't matter how much money you got. That's what these people are. And in my very first casino was a regular Joe casino. Like, people were signing on and coming in. Do you know what I mean?
What do you mean?
Like, you can pay £1 on the table. Do you know what I mean? The stakes and the kind of club it was for anybody, like average Joes like myself. So I could afford to gamble in there essentially. And then you would see, it's sad, isn't it? Because you see somebody who's like a novice come in, then within a few weeks, they're disheveled. I compare gambling to drugs in the sense that by the time people get really into it, they will beg, borrow and steal to do it. Like, we all know the problems it's causing in this country with the betting shops and people secretly losing their houses and shit. Yes. But so that's where I learnt my craft, though, in that hustle and bustle, because it's a skilled trade. Oh yeah, that's the other thing. You can't walk into this job. It's a skilled job. Like, you need to be able to do it. So then, but then I just couldn't stand the way that the place I worked in operated. Yeah, it wasn't even the customers. The kind of stupidness that management and colleagues, I was just thinking, no, I don't like it. If I don't like something, I change it, innit? Yeah. So then I just applied to, I didn't know much about the casino world, just the one I was in. And then I just went on Google, and then the first one that came up was called Crockford's. And I didn't know that, it's Mayfair, it's one of the best clubs in London. And that's the other thing as well. These lot is always all cronyism and nepotism. They all got brethrens. Yeah. So that's how they all got their jobs.
You just walked in?
You do a table test. This is the only job where you have to go and actually physically demonstrate you can do the job. And they'll throw all kinds of bets at you, which is no matter how good you are, it is weird to have to actually show that you can do that and be put on the spot like that. But I got my job on my own merits. I didn't have no hookups. I didn't have nobody. And that's how I got in. But I remember when I was leaving my first club, the resentment, or the people were just like, they were kind of annoyed at me, is the best way.
Because you got to that club?
Yeah, but I didn't even really know the difference. You know what I mean? I just didn't like it here, and I got out. And then, the thing of it is,
haters are gonna hate.
Mate, I'm fueled by hate. But I didn't like it, so I just went and got another job in it. And then Yeah, it's a very different, it's very different because in these top clubs, what it is, because of the level of action, so like we're talking 1%, the people that come in there is in the 1%, you know, these people couldn't even lose their money, essentially. Like, they make so much money probably in interest in a day, they could never lose it or spend it, innit? So you only need for one big fish to come in that day for it to be so busy. For a good day, in those lower end, because busy is the number of bodies. In the high end, it's the who's coming in, how do they what kind of money do they spend?
Yeah, I get it. It's the same when I used to work in lap dancing clubs. So if you get someone who comes in who's going to stick down and spend money, they'd much rather that than 50 people come through. They'd rather one client who's going to spend big than like 20 clients spending small kind of thing.
But I never discriminated me. You got the same level of service. You know, it's so funny when
then they do that for them though, don't they?
Huh?
They do that for them though, the 1%.
Yeah, well, this is the thing. Like, I've never ever changed the way I am or compromised myself. I can't help it. Like, so, and then, even though I'm telling you get these customers going mad and whatever, like, customers don't get mad at me because I won't tolerate it. That is the reality. Like, I know my rights. If you're being disrespectful,
you're not bar of it.
I ain't serving you. I ain't serving you. That would be. And the thing of it is though, with there's an element of mind games to it as well. Like, sometimes they do like to rail or intimidate the dealer and throw them off the game, and then you can be like, no, that was wrong, or this right. You know, when there's that part of this level of gaming, and some people try to intimidate. But, you know, I look all my customers in the eye and they know straight off, not this one. Do you know what I mean? They know I'm not the one. And let me be clear, my issue, it's not really the customer, because I don't work for the customer. That person doesn't pay my wages. They might be my bread and butter, but I'm saying that customer doesn't have a duty of care to me. It's my fucking employer.
That's what I was going to say to you before.
It's your job to make sure I'm safe at work. So if this person is kicking off and being aggressive, well, where are you, Mr. Manager?
But you see, that's what I was going to say. You see, in these things now,
the
managers, I already got it. I ain't been there, but I already know. That's what I was going with what I said to you before. I can't remember what I said, but it's what I was going with it. They'll do whatever, kick off because they lost the house, but that was it, whatever. But these people will also return to spend money another day. So people that own the place are not going to get too mad with them if they smash a glass or smash a window, because they want them to come back in. Do you get what I'm saying? So there is that, because other places, like we do security, you want to throw them out. Cool. When you want to throw them out, people just throw them out. But if you represent, like you said, like a night's takings, but you're throwing drinks over my staff, and I'm going to skip back and like let that happen. But it's not the right thing to do. But I can understand how it happens in those environments.
Do you know, the funny thing is, I think I would have more respect if they could take ownership of that and just say, you know, if they were like Sem,
it is what it is.
It's fucked up. Or not even Sem, because like I say, the customers never say do nothing to me because Sem don't have it. But I've seen people being terrorised. I've seen people leaving their tables to shell, taking. To be honest, you hear about it. It's a small environment, but I'm the sort of person, if I watch somebody if somebody was disrespectful to you and you're not that person that speaks up, I will step in.
Up, I'm the same.
I'm that type of human being. You get me? I don't.
But even that, okay, let me say this to you, right? Being in that environment and knowing what it is and all what the shit it is, right? Maybe I might not speak up because it's the thing, but I will be like, I will come because I know how the work environment is. I'll come to the side, take it to the side, look, it is shit, this is what it is, but it's either you stay and take it or you leave. And if you can stay and take it, talk to the boss and tell the boss, all right, look, give me a cut of quick, because you know they're taking a fucking piss. Do you know what I mean? But I might not make a problem with the customer, but you cuddle the person, kind of bring them back to where they need to be. But explain to them, you're in the shark's pool right now. If you don't like it, you don't like it. I mean, if you can't deal with it, you have to leave.
Naturally, it makes you twitch. You might try and let it slide for a second.
There's the next person in there.
And then you start twitching, you're like, even sometimes it's not even nothing to do with me, even if it's not work. But I can't watch someone get bullied. Like, I'll start twitching after a little while. I'll be like, bro, let me speak to you.
It's not in my nature. It's not. You know what? I don't like bullying. I don't like to be cruelty. Like, I don't like it. And you know, like I think in a lot of work environments, you've got there's some managers I would describe it as straight up bullies. I heard about things that they did, but they did not do it in front of me because they know me. I will be like, why are you talking to that person? I will remind them, you're at work, you're a manager. Just manage.
But
just manage. Manage your emotions. fix yourself.
Manage yourself.
Yeah.
I think if you told me that, I'd try and manage myself. But I'm saying with the managers, I understand. I don't understand. With the customers, I understand, because irrespective of, even though it's fucked up or whatever, you've got the customers always right kind of thing as well. There's that line between the customer and the thing. But for the management to be taking a piss and doing stuff, that's not on.
Yeah.
That's not on at all.
And this
like
is
after the fact of something going on, maybe. But I want you to talk more about the stories. Like, I want to know what happened.
Yeah. So this is the thing. Like, so I'm dealing with like very powerful. At 1%. They're kicking off. They're getting upset at the end of the table
Because they lost.
Yeah, they're losing loads of money or whatever. But my job is to manage them. You get me? As a dealer, that's where my skill set come in. I'll manage you. I manage you. Trust me. I'll control the game. And first of all is by knowing what I'm doing. Secondly is knowing what to say. You don't understand. I could tell some stories, and that's what makes me sick about this.
Tell one.
I'll give you an example, right? So here's one day. This is why, because these people are so bad mind, like my management and stuff, And, they don't mind taking for you. Mm-hmm. They don't mind, when you're doing things for them. Yeah. But the minute when you say, wait a minute, you can't treat me like this, or I would like some more, or some, other job prospectors. It's who does she think she is?
You see the true colours.
Yeah.
You see the true colours.
So I'll give you an example. We had this one customer. I won't say his name. That's being professional. Anyway, big fish, yeah.
Oh, so he's famous or something like that?
He's well known for what he does. Anyway, so this dude, famous people ain't got the kind of money the 1% have got, just so you know.
Okay.
They think they come in there and think they're big fish.
Yeah, they're not.
Anyway, so this dude is one of our most volatile customers. Yeah, very demanding. His actual game, roulette, is incredibly complex. And he would be there, come in for my shift, and then I'll be dealing to him the whole night, because he'd be like, I want her, yeah? And other people can't take this dude because he's high maintenance. And to be fair to this dude, he spends big money. His game is complicated, but he's quite accurate. He knows what he says, knows what he's doing, and he just wants what he wants, you get me?
Yeah. And nonsense.
Yeah. And then, so when you deal, you're a dealer, and you always have an inspector, someone to watch you to make sure you ain't making mistakes, because I'm not a computer, do you know what I mean? And it's a lot going on.
Like the film casino.
Yeah, there's a lot going on, so you need a backup, do you know what I mean? There's about 1 million cameras as well.
Yeah, it's like the film casino.
Yeah. So anyway, this dude plays a particular number. His number is number 14, yeah? That's what he plays. That's where he lays it on. If you hit 14, he's going to get paid. You get me? That's the way he plays. As I say, paid. That they'll be up there going, yeah? Anyway.
They come from the management and the owners.
But anyway, but that's where his focus is. Anyway, but he'll play the whole night. He'll do loads. He'll do loads of money, and he will lose. Yeah? Because that's what happens. With gambling, the longer you stay, you will lose. That's what they want. They want you sat there. And it's greed, isn't it?
It just reminds me, everything you're saying about the film casino, sorry.
If you rely on greed, people never be like, I'm winning, let me go. They want to win more. And then they do it all. Anyway, dude.
Greed.
And my inspectors used to always say to me, we're so happy when it's you dealing. You don't get flustered, you're just cool. He's cool with you.
I hate management like that.
No, those are my inspectors, like they're colleagues, but anyway, all of them.
They're all the same.
Anyway,
I know when you're here, so I don't have to work.
I don't have to like you to be able to be professional. That's the thing about me. That's what makes you professional. But anyway, one of these, let me not name call for legal reasons. Yeah, so this person. No, one of my managers. Yeah, imagine this woman in my court case came to court and said that I told her that the father of my children don't look after his kids. This don't got nothing to do with nothing.
What kind of standout bullshit is this?
Is it because my partner is black? I don't know. I don't know where she going with that.
What relevance has that even got to do with...
What's it got to do with anything? Yeah. But anyway, this is the kind of person I'm dealing with, But nobody mentioned nothing about nobody's family. And when I'm telling you, this woman picked that shit out of the sky.
Anyway, go on.
Anyway, let me... but that stuff, very personal. That vexes me.
Just to besmirch your character, but I don't know how.
Anyway, so this said woman, I call her the nearest, want to be the nearest, looking for free dragons. She's looking for free dragons to be her beck and call in that place. She got 2 and she was like thinking for a third. But anyway, this man, I'm telling you, very volatile, very complicated. It's all night. Everybody's stressed when he's in. Anyway, end of the day, he's lost, yeah. Then he says to me, spin. And I said to him, nah, don't make me do that. He's like, spin.
When you say spin, what does spin mean?
Spin, but there's no money on the table now. Just a free spin. So
For fuck's sake.
they do. A lot of them do that just to see where it goes. And I'm like, nah, man, don't do it. Don't do it. They told me to do it. So I spun. I hit number 14. So my man would have got paid. So then he was like, he goes to me, spin again. So I said, you sure? I was like, I can't buy that.
He put money down this time?
No, he's done. He's spent.
Oh, he's got no more money left?
Because there's a cap now. They've made it that they can only, still a lot of money, but before, like to protect gamblers and stuff, there's a cap. They all got to have a cap. We're talking loads of money still, it's different for different people, isn't it? Yeah, but you have to. It's like a protection order.
I understand. I know.
But
what the gambler might put it down when he's saying what he's saying. He'll put it down there when he's saying, or they'll put it down there when he's like.
No, but they you know, there's now because they're licensed and stuff. They're quite heavily regulated.
What, can you tell what the cap was?
I wouldn't know, but it would have been a few 100,000. That's what I'm saying. Okay. Yeah. But on a daily basis, if you want. So anyway, so he'd spin, hit 14. Then he goes to me spin again. I was like, no, man. Don't do that. He made me spin again. But what happened? I hit 14. No money, Third time, he said spin. I was like, come on, man. Like, you know, your art said this had to be spin. I hit 3 14s, The man said, he's like, all right, good night. And he left, See, Daenerys, she called me up to the office, She looked at this woman. She called me up to the office. And then she was just like,
Daenerys.
She was like, I don't know how you did that. She was like, he's like our most volatile customer at the time. She was like, I just don't, I don't know how you did that. I don't, like, so the woman, they know how dread I was at what I do. Do you know what I'm saying? But she was just like, I commend you. Like, I just don't know how you do that. Because any other day, that would have ripped, that would have been an arms house. Everybody would have got it any other day.
See, shit like that happens. Like, I can imagine, fucking hell. So with the initial, because how many times was this racism pushed in your face?
Okay, so right.
And who was it? Not who was it, but how many times was this pushed in your face? Was it just one occasion? Was it?
I'm free to speak about what was happening.
Of course, the first time, second time, third time. Let me know, man.
What happened there is basically on my very second day there. One of our biggest customer, his name was Mr. Sabanchi, and he was like a massive, like £10 million punter, and £10
million, like he spends £10 million.
That's what he's worth to the casino. So that would mean not on one day, probably on the year or whatever. Like I, they've got their way that they measure, but he was worth a lot to the. So it's my very second day there. I'm at work. Oh, let me explain to you. In Mayfair, you'll see 1 or 2 black women. You don't see black men in the top end casinos. Like if there's a black man in there, even though we're in London, people, that's a novelty. That's a proper and I've been in the business for 70. Where I work, they've never employed a black man. And I worked there for 70, but they've never ever. So then us, we're like, are you just like, what? No. Never. You're surprised, isn't it? Even the judge in the court, she said, I mean, but never.
It's just,
it's a bit different. It's a bit in your face, isn't it?
It's disgusting.
Yeah, the judge actually said what? Never.
It's never. It's like we're all human beings. Like, are you nuts? And like, but just the way they never employed a black man.
Ever in a customer in the role that we do. Don't get me wrong, we had porters. Don't get me wrong, like, you know what I mean. That's what they use. That we do employ black people. Where you can't see.
You don't lose your money in doing what you're doing, you idiots.
So anyway, so on the second day, this dude come in and I'm dealing on this table, and my other friend, there's 3 black girls there. It was me. I was the last one they employed 13 years ago. I'm the last black. But you have to bear in mind.
How many left?
No, we were done in it. Like, I took this court case. One of them, she just had enough. And then because of the pandemic, they offered redundancy, and the only other black girl left. The environment was weird for her because we're like this. You know,
you've gone,
I'm gone. All this is going. No one's talking about it, even though they all know what happened. It was just weird. You know what I mean? So. And shit happened to her. She's dark-skinned, babe. She's a dark-skinned Nigerian girl. So the level of racism she got, and I weren't there to witness it, but I saw her, the aftermath and what it did to her, which is part of the reason why I was just like, no, enough is enough, you lot. You know what I mean? But so on my second day, basically this man come in and he was losing. And then for me, there's a lot of pressure on. He's a big customer. It's my second day there. And they're all watching because there's an eye in the sky, you know, like all eyes is on my game. So I'm just thinking that. So I was kind of zoned out to some degree. Like, I didn't hear everything that he was like, fucking black girls. And to be honest, I didn't care when you're saying fucking black. I'm a fucking black girl. You know what I mean? So what? Like, he might mean it disrespectfully, but no, I am a black girl, so I don't feel no way.
Stating the obvious. Fucking black girls, you're
yeah,
what?
That's right. But anyway, then he went to the other table, and then next minute, he called my friend a nigger. Like, I did not hear him, but he did call her a nigger. There's no two bones about it. Then my friend, she just stopped what she was doing, and she was just like, no, I don't need that money for that bad. Don't talk to me like that. Right. So then the inspector, Mandy goes to my friend Fiona, shush.
Is she mad?
Listen, you know how these lots stay, because like, shit, Fiona, just tell her, don't fucking shush me, Mandy. I don't need the money that bad.
Good.
But this is the thing, and then Fiona get labelled the angry
black woman. But so what, man? Tell them got suck them on her.
Yeah, listen, Fiona's not
about
the one.
Shush.
But then in that situation, what happened is Fiona walked off the table and they removed me off the table. Yeah.
So you're on two adjoining tables. Fiona's she got called in. She said to the guy, blah 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 blah. She said, sure. She got taken off.
Now she moved herself.
She walked off.
Because in a casino, you never walk away from the table. You have to wait for another dealer to come and take you off.
And you do that stuff, innit?
Protocol, clean hands. No cheers. You don't know how funny you do shopping or you pick up your kids and you go like that.
Seriously?
Because it was not anymore. It was a second nature.
Yeah, I'm finished.
Yeah. Hey. So then she stormed off, rightfully so, and then they quickly changed me. Yeah. So and then they sent me home, and this man continued to play. He came in, he continued to play for about another 2 weeks. And for the 2 weeks he was there, they kept me and the other black girl in the basement. When I say the basement, it's the staff room. But they just kept us downstairs rather than risk upsetting him. Yeah. Where, like, we don't matter.
But they paid you. They paid you, just go outside the basement.
I was at work, yeah. So But it's so degrading. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, and the others would be like...
I understand.
The others would be like, oh, you're lucky you don't have to work. That's, white noise, isn't it? You're so lucky you don't have to work. Yeah? I'm just like, okay. And then,
I'm not allowed to work because I'm black. And the guy don't like me.
I'm lucky,
and he's more important than me, so I'm going to sit in the basement.
And then the thing of it is, there was not really much for me to say. Like, I'd only been there a couple of months. Not even a couple of months, a couple of days. So if they want, they can dun me, and I ain't got a job, but they're allowed to. Cause
probational period or something like that.
Yeah, but also, that guy's worth 10 million to them. Then they was paying me like 27 grand or whatever it was. Yeah. So the math, I know who like you know what I mean. It's like I weren't trying to. They took me up to the office. The three senior white guys the next day to try and talk to me. Yeah. But in this business. Sometimes, I remember the first time when a customer said, in my previous casino, he goes, I don't want no Chinese or no black dealer, right? Wait.
Right. So what how does they saying, like, what, he's coming to the table, you're sitting there, or someone says, I don't want no Chinese, but what are they saying to the how does
they say it to the pit boss, who's the person who's telling people where to go, yeah? So then they just... they're like, all right then, let's bring a white girl in it, right? That's what they did, right? That ain't the issue. I've walked in this scheme forever, like, fuck him, sorry, and what he's saying. Yeah. But that man don't hurt my feelings or whatever. Who is he? But when your manager's like, all right then, and then send somebody else. And then the worst part of it is these people, they're so incorrect and uncomfortable. Man tries to redefine racism and say, it wasn't racist, he was just, you all know what shit I'm talking like, do you understand? And this stuff, right? So
spineless
to the core. So when this guy did that, and then they sent me home, they sent me some flowers to my yard, and then when I came back to work the next day and I'm get called to the office, so imagine
they sent flowers to your house to say sorry.
Yeah. But
did you like the flowers?
I don't like flowers. Okay. They're no use to me. I'm a practical person, so the
way you said, yeah. Like you liked them, but I was confused.
No. And flowers, no. Don't say it with flowers in it for something like this. But let's have a conversation. Yeah. But they're just so uncomfortable. But anyway, they took me up to their office. So you have to picture this like, I don't want to like, so it's 3 old white men, yeah? And one is like really old and one is old and the other one is old. You understand? So
old and older.
Yeah. And it's not to say...
Was any of them like Mr. Burns from The Simpsons?
No, I wouldn't describe... Do you know what it is? They just weren't equipped. You just know that... You know what it was, Ayo? I didn't want to hear what they had to say. Yeah. So what I did is I come into that room. Right. I just told them, I said, listen, I don't want to have a conversation with you. I know he's worth this much to you, and I know I'm worth this much to you. I said, I'd rather not have a discussion. And I come out the room.
That's a smart way to do it, though. That's the reality of it, though. That is the reality of it, though. You know, right? But they kept you there, then, didn't they?
No, the ironic thing is, which I've come to find out through my court case, because I got all my non-disclosure, what's it called? You know when you ask for all your documents?
Yeah.
Of information request, yeah. I see all the, the grievance, the transcripts. I should have rang you some, innit?
Yeah, you should have.
But basically, when, because my friend Fiona, she raised a grievance and she went through the procedures. But basically, one of the things they said to her is, Semhar's all right. She was fine about it. Or she'll be, because one black person speaks for all black people. You know how it go, innit? But do you know, I didn't even know that until now when I'm reading through the documents and they use words like that. Semhar was fine. Semhar was happy.
No problem, yeah.
You know these words. I'm fine. I'm happy. Like
you said, use practical, use realistic, but.
Yeah.
It's not about fine.
No. And it doesn't.
Yeah, but very professional.
Yeah, and who are they to say how I feel? I didn't tell nobody I was fine. I said I don't want to discuss it. Yeah. And but that was the first time anyway. So that was the first time.
Oh, wait, how many times was it?
No, so what it is in the casino, this is the thing, all through my life, I've experienced insidious racism. You know, like when people like touch your hair and dumb shit like that.
No one touches my fucking hair.
Yeah, they don't do that to men.
If they know what's good for them.
But you know what, again, like I said to you, do you think some of it is do you feel like we have given ourselves a concept to be sensitive for at times?
No, but what it is I'm in an environment where it's not a safe space. They haven't created a space where I can discuss race comfortably. Yeah. And you know what white people are like sometimes. They get so defensive that they can't even come to the table.
No, 100%.
And they just go, it's not football where attack is the best form of defense. Like, we're supposed to have a fucking discussion.
Yeah.
And that's what these people, can you imagine, direct race discrimination, black and white, like in your face racism is what they've been done for, right? I never had any doubt that I was not going to get this conviction. If I did, like, I don't know if I would have been so fearless, whatever you want to call it, But these people had it in writing. They actually, that's how brazen they was. This customer only wants white female dealers. They wrote that down. Yeah. That's the kind of environment I'm working in and the confidence they operate. So I had that for the court to see. Well, the court ain't telling me nothing. You understand? Yeah? So what was that? But these people made me go through a 2-year litigation and go to court, and court,
not cheap, is it?
Forget that. There's that, and then what they do to you at court, is I took the stand for 3 days, I'm not on trial here. I'm the employee, I'm not responsible for nobody. So they're 3 days, and from a Friday, I pushed it back, didn't I? From a Friday, and then there was.
You remember being in court, didn't you?
They kept saying that. Speaking to the
mic.
From a Friday, and then a Monday and a Tuesday, and for the weekend, and for those 5 days, I weren't allowed to talk to nobody. And what you have to realize is I'm up against a corporation. Like, this shit make you paranoid. Like, they could tap my phone. They could get into it's a $1 billion corporation I'm going against, and it's their reputation. When I say to you, my integrity is everything to me, because that's what I got. Like, you can't take that away from me. They couldn't take it away from me in the tables, in the casinos. But that's mine, and no one can remove that from me. So I carried myself with it the whole time. But that 5 days where I can't even talk to my sisters, my brother, my man, my solicitor, my barrister. It was intense. And all because these lot can't talk about race. If you see all of their witness statements, each and every single one of them who's worked there nearly the whole time I worked there was like, I was shocked to hear her talk about racism. Like they weren't there when it happened. You understand?
Motherfuckers, man. What's the matter?
You say it because I can't say it.
Man. What's the matter with you, man?
This thing was always about acknowledgement.
For you?
For me, for my sisters that work there, like, just will you? Like, come on. Like.
So then, sorry to cut you. So even though, because the business is a multi-billion-dollar company, so even though there was the maybe possibility of you getting compensation, you're saying that it was more important to you to get acknowledgement within this environment because of how much time they brush under the carpet and all this shit that happens. And then because you're coming and then because of that thing as well, like Selma's all right with it. So what you just said a minute ago.
Yeah.
What you said before, then they used it against you.
Oh mate, and then it was like, I was there 13 years. That's my joke. 13 years a slave, innit? That was like my plantation. No, but the things kept happening, and then the thing, as I was explaining, my friend, one of my colleagues, she went into herself. She went into a deep sort of depression because she was out there on her own because we weren't on the shift with her when these things were happening. Yeah, and these things happened. And, there wasn't even a person to say to her, shit, man, like, are you okay? That was fucked up. No acknowledgement, yeah? And then, so she just got to the point where she stopped complaining because it was like...
So it became like almost the norm for her. She was just sucking all this...
Yeah, and she knew that she would be unheard or she would be made to feel worse, yeah? My other friend, Fiona, she just speak the thing. She'll just tell you what's what, then she's the angry one. Yeah. Whereas with me... Because this is the thing about it as well. Like, I'm not saying, like I'm telling you, white people, they can't talk about racism because they don't understand it. Although they're all up in it, they think if you're saying something or someone is racist, like you're calling them a neo-Nazi.
Okay, yeah.
I prefer neo-Nazi because they will stay over there and I'll stay over here. Everyone's in their lane. We know where we stand. That's what it says on the label, yeah? But this, they get so defensive. I'm not a racist. Like, you're not even listening. You're not listening to someone who's on the receiving end and saying, this is how it makes me feel. This is how it impacts on me. And then, but I didn't hold my colleagues accountable because of the systems that was in place. Like, they didn't challenge the system because they didn't feel like they would be supported from above. You get me? From time From time management puts on a player profile, he wants to have white female dealers only. You're enforcing it. It's that you're telling them, give this person that because that's what he wants. That's an instruction.
In this day and age, it's like what you're saying. I totally understand everything goes on this day and age, but in this day and age, for them to be able to do this, not being a neo-Nazi, but not understand how they're being racist in a given way, even though you've got the old and older there, there's people in there, it's more like, you know what's going on, you know what you're doing, but you're just not going to admit it. Basically, it's just bollocks.
You should see the kind of language they use as well, because they skirt around it. That's the other thing. He wants light-skinned dealers. What's a light-skinned dealer like amongst like? And in my circle, I'm light-skinned, but not in the casino, innit? Like one of my friends, when she was at court, you have to give your witness statement, and then she says, you identify as black. Well, she's like, well, I'm mixed race. I'm Scottish and Nigerian. But she said, in the casino, I was black, though. She told him. That's what she said, because that's what it is. Like, and these lot are just, I told you, they don't come out of this world. Like, the only place they've worked in, they've normalized a lot of stuff. And because that's what all the casinos do, that's what's normal. They actually think that it's normal. Do you know, not one colleague has said, oh shit, Sem, like, are you okay? Or like people I worked with for 13 years. I ain't sad about it. I know who my brother is. I know who my people are.
Going back to court.
Yeah.
So like, I want to know exactly what happened in court and what the outcome kind of was, how it kind of correlated.
So my thing was, it was direct race discrimination was one of the things. But this is the thing, with something like racism, it's very rarely that it's a one-off thing. Like what you can call a one-off incident is if I've got on a bus and the bus drivers called me some names and told me to get off the bus. You could say that was an isolated incident. But I worked in this place for 13 years, and for 13 years, this kind of shit was happening to me or to my other black colleagues. Yeah, it's well documented as well. So one of the arguments I had was that this was it's called a continuous state of affairs, that it wasn't an isolated thing. And what I come to realize is it's sad as well, because I worked hard. I was really good at my job. I did loads of other things as well. Like I excelled in and helped out with. That's just the kind of person I am. I'm a doer. Do you know what I mean?
Work, innit?
And they were happy to take from me.
Of course, most people are.
But then to sort of realize, and I feel so ignorant that all this time, even though I showed up every day, like how I am here is how I was in my workplace. You understand? I can't turn this off, innit? Don't hate me because I can't turn it off.
You're gonna hate anyway.
But basically, in spite of all of everything that I did, or how well I did it, or how I was they never saw past the fact that I was a black woman. Like, that's all they ever saw, and that's all it was ever going to be. And to have that realization for me, to really realize was a lot.
Do you think now, because me, I'm aware of it, I've been aware of it, but do you think now, because of like your origins, that was part of the reason you wasn't that aware of it? It wasn't that clear to you in working. When I'm saying your origin, I'm talking about...
No, I know what you mean.
The whole show of life.
No, do you know what it is I gave these lot a blight, because when things happen, I didn't just go away. Like, so one time we came to work and there was a customer in 2015, and he's the one that had on his profile Western looking females only. So apparently I'm not Western now. Right? So me and my other girl, my Nigerian brethren, she was born in London. Do you know what I'm saying? But anyway, so, and you have to understand, these lot as well come to work that day, come up the stairs, me and her were chatting. I hear my boss to us, right, you two ain't going up there. That's how he said it.
Seriously.
But me and her was like, oh, is it because we're laughing and joking? It's 6 o'clock in the morning. That's what time we used to talk. So we didn't think nothing of it. Yeah.
It's 24 hours, isn't it?
Yeah. And then it came to materialise. We weren't going in that room because, you know,
because of the white
man. It's like them signs, in it? No blacks, no dogs, no. Well, they're called Irish, but
no blacks, no dogs, no travellers. It's sad, man.
And then we were literally kept away from doing our jobs for a whole week. Yeah. But like my pit boss, like when he said that to me, like I still stand by this today. He weren't trying to be mean. He weren't even thinking. He was just taking the instruction. Big punter upstairs. He's losing money. The pressure. Like, I actually respected the fact that he was under pressure. Yeah. But I didn't like it. But I'm professional enough. I'm diplomatic enough I didn't confront him right there and then, because it wasn't the time or place even to get what I want out of the conversation. You understand? Yeah. So but when that happened, each of my managers, one by one, I took them aside and I had to break down to them. You're breaking the law, you know. You can't.
What's that?
I had to break it down to them. I was saying to them.
You're breaking the law, you know.
No, I had to explain to them. Like, I had to explain to them how that makes me feel. Hear this one, his lyric was like, I was trying to protect you. I guess to him, I know that's what you meant, but it's like when they touch your hair or because they're curious. Don't touch my hair.
Don't touch me,
You understand? It doesn't matter how it's meant. It's how it's received that counts. So, you know, and I thought I got through to him. Do you understand? We talked on a level, right? And then he weren't even the worst one. There was this other idiot. When I was trying to speak to him, you know what happened with the same customer. So where I worked, you know, you can swap your shift with anybody. They was good like that. As long as you do the same level job, swap weren't an issue. Worked there for years. And I had a shift swap with my girl because of the kids or whatever. My manager wouldn't give it to me. No, because she was white and I was black, and this man only want white dealers, yeah?
You're talking about how the people in your workplace, if these white males of certain age and certain demographic, couldn't understand how they were being racist. They deemed racism as far-fetched as being neo-Nazi, like being like really racist, that kind of stuff. But there's grey areas.
I think what the issue is when the racism happened, because they don't understand it properly, they got so defensive that there was never ever a conversation about what it is. And that's what the issue is. And like, I try to speak to them about it, think we're getting somewhere, but then the thing would happen again. Yeah, and then it just become like, you don't get it. Like, you don't. I accepted it. They didn't care. I didn't realize. I thought they did. I thought when we talked and when I was bringing it to them, I thought we were having dialogues. Yeah. But clearly there was failure to progress, mate.
Do you think now, because of the industry it is as well, like, and I'll take into consideration, because you see me here standing in front of you, I'm sitting in front of you, I'm a black man, just like, you know what I mean, we come from the same place. But do you think now, if that had happened to, if the thing was the other way around, because of the nature of the business, they've done the same thing? Because, like, are they all just about money?
Well, do you know what the issue? Do you know what I compare it to? For me, like, you see when the black footballers experience racism at football, right? Isn't the bottom line, these man is at work, and they shouldn't have to tolerate that shit at work? Yeah. That's the bottom line, isn't it? That's the be all and end all. Yeah. But in football, the game is going on.
Yeah, and you're in public. When you're in public, you can't control everybody.
What do you mean? No. What do you mean the game's going on?
I know it shouldn't happen.
No, what
I'm saying is these lot are at work like everybody else on that pitch. So if they're at work, and everybody's shouting racist abuse,
customers,
why are they still working? They should just be like, the game is done, innit? Because rules are being broken. Like,
okay. So what? Do you understand what she's saying there? Yeah. So she's saying, like, they're on the pitch. Yeah, someone shouts something like abusive to them, and then from they shout something abusive, boom, they say, "Oh, cool, I'm gone." You know, like if I was behind the till, someone call me or whatever.
I'm not talking one person as well. In
the whole team.
It's the whole fucking.
No, yeah. So that kind of makes sense.
They're at work as well.
Why don't they do that?
I'm at work. If you're at Sainsbury's, somebody did that, they'd be told to leave Sainsbury's.
Yeah.
Can I ask you something? Do you feel like a racist insult is worse than an insult?
No, any insult is.
So, like, like, everyone's got to deal with insults.
No, but this is the thing. I never took insults either.
Like, I'm not saying you did.
Yeah.
No one.
Yeah, you're taking that. Yeah, you know.
And nobody has to. No
one should have to.
No one's built like that.
No, but that's what they've got written down in their own laws.
No, I know. I'm not saying that you're wrong. You're right. You're totally right. Everything you're saying, but not everyone's built in a way where they know how to approach, attack, or deal with situations.
Well, it makes it even worse when the people who's doing it don't even know it's against the rules. Like.
No, but can I just say, like, in respect to what he's saying, that's fair enough. But then if you're put in a position where you're responsible for people, like your manager was responsible for you, like in certain workplaces, you by mandatorily they should have to go through compassionate training and understand this stuff. If you're given the keys to the city,
but all these things are in an ideal world, isn't it?
No, why? In law. That's what I'm trying to say.
I know there's even law as well. Yeah. I'm not saying like even within law is kind of, even if we said within law, everyone goes by those laws.
People break laws all the time.
Yeah, but and within those sectors, they're allowed to break those laws because they're understanding to those laws.
Well, this is the point.
They're understanding to those rules, not laws. So they have little rules for their.
No, but this is the thing, right? Their laws say that these lot cannot do that to me. That's what they've said.
No, the law.
Yeah, that's what's happened.
Their rules.
That's what the decision is. They've said you mustn't do this, you mustn't do this. They've gone and done it. That's what's happened, yeah? So now, it's up to them to show me what is the punishment for that. No, that's where we are now.
No, I respect you for everything you do. Like, all I was saying is that, you have to be a certain character to even think I'm going to sue them. You have to be a certain character to even think I'm going to approach them. You know, like so many people, whether it comes to, let's say, whether it's casino or football, because we use football as an example. Yeah, like, alright, cool. They can walk off the pitch, but what does that mean for their career? Yeah. And that's what a lot of people feel like.
This is what's happening now. It's
fact. No, but the thing of it is what does it mean to you? Like, I'm not being funny. They've made this personal. Yeah. I went to work. I came to do my job. I did my job all the time. I did it well. Yeah. I've come to work and you lot are saying to me, no, this man don't want to see your black face, so you're not going to work.
Yeah. That's not right. No, I'm not agree. I'm not saying it anyway that's right. I'm saying, luckily there's you.
Well, what does that mean though? This is what I'm trying to say.
About people, really, isn't it? Than anything. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, but
it's good for, like, let's say individuals. There will always be individuals that come and break the cycle. And
but this isn't an individual problem. But we're made to go out there and deal with it individually. Like, we're sent out there on your ones.
I feel like every human has individual struggles anyway. Do you know what I mean? There's in different sectors depending on where you want to thrive, you're gonna have struggles. Do you know what I'm saying? I think I don't think no one gets to avoid not being accepted. You know, like, because there's places where people want to be accepted. The world tries to paint it as like there's one place where everyone should be accepted, and that one place is run by white people, so to speak. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? When there's so many different places and communities and different things that are going on, where that even white people want to be accepted over there, but they can't be accepted. You know, they might be in a black community and they're not accepted. I'm just saying, there's different stories of people not being accepted in communities they want to be accepted in.
I don't want to be accepted. The point is, I've gone to work, to go and work, and now you're telling me I can't work. What? Why am I here?
No, and I get that. I'm just saying, in terms of like being dealt with in the way that the people are dealt with. Do you know, like, there's different scenarios. Let's just say you like someone that's from a different culture likes a black environment, yeah.
What does that even mean?
Like, I don't know. They like to go to the parties. That
they will go and conquer, like South Africa.
No, maybe they just like dance and they like and piano, and they're going to the particular, you know, those African ones or whatever. You know what I'm saying? I mean, maybe just like something that's African, because we like things that are of other cultures as well. But we're just freely allowed to enjoy them a bit more. Do you get what I'm saying? Because when other cultures enjoy ours, there's always some sort of connotation to it. All I was saying is that, like, sometimes I feel like there's always a place where you will feel that you're not being dealt with how you're supposed to be dealt with.
But as a black woman, I've been at that party all my life. That's like, it's not a new lesson.
Yeah,
you know what?
It's just the blatantness of it, and it's just like
hold on, because like it's like so. They've written the laws saying that if she gets treated this way, that is prohibited. It's in their law. It's against their rules, in their code of conduct or whatever. It's against this. So that happens. Whatever. It's just what happens when that's broken.
That's what I want to know. Let's find out.
Then, like, I know. Then maybe in there they say you can't be on your phone at work, or you can't smoke. Let's just say weed. You can't smoke in the club or whatever. You can't do whatever. Your friend can't gamble at the table. Now, if she broke that law, I'm sure that you'd have got sacked straight away or something.
What are you talking about?
So you have to pay the thing. So then it's just that, and it's not just specifically this, like what we're talking about now, like the big corporations, you set these laws, you set these rules to protect your workers. This is where it comes from, voice behind the camera. This is what the thing was about now, the individual. It's like you set these laws to protect your workers. Your workers come to work. Yeah. Look at this thing, thinking there's laws to protect them. Yeah. And then when the shit happens now, you're just like, do you know what? Listen, let's just what is that? Do you know what I mean? It's like, what is that?
It's like, I feel like this again.
That's what you're saying.
I'm not here.
You're accountable for that shit.
I am not here by any means because I want to be here. Like, I've been forced to be here. Like, some people say to me, "Oh, you're brave." I ain't trying to be brave. Like, I go to work and these lot is saying to me, I ain't working because I'm black. No, like, can they say any more to me? Like, I've got I'm done. So when I've got no comeback. I'm out of here.
And that world is so protected that you wouldn't know.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? If you don't say, if I didn't hear this story from you, that casino world is so protected because of how much money is in it. That you wouldn't even know half of these things that are going on in there.
Yeah, it happens. This shit happens everywhere, though.
That's why it's interesting for me.
This is corporations do this stuff all the time.
No, I do.
But everyone's had a job, innit? It's weird to hear the blatantness of this. You couldn't imagine that being openly applied in any other. Loads of businesses, loads of jobs we've had. Not because they don't want to do it, because they can't. Like, that's how. That's why they do.
But do you know? All right, it's happened. I think to me before. And I know it happens as well. You see, but I've seen it happen more subtly.
No, that's what I'm saying.
So she'll have a problem this week. Yeah. You might not go down the road. I want to go back because we'll ask you a question about when everything initiated. You won't go. You might say something like, you know, when she said shush, don't fucking shush me. Who you fucking shush?
That was my friend. Yeah,
but that person. Yeah. You find next week she drops a glass. Oh, she's on report. Next thing. Yeah. She's out, but they'll build their case against you and push you out. That's the same kind of thing, but done a bit more subtly. It's happened to me in the workplace, and I've seen it happen to other people when they stand up against something, or they make a noise, or they're not.
I've seen people get promotions before the person that should get it, and things like that. Do you know what I mean? And there's enough things that happen, but do you know what? I always consider that where we are.
What do you mean? No, but what I'm saying, when they're gunning for you,
maybe I shouldn't think
bullshit
like that.
though.
But I'm saying, maybe I shouldn't think like that. But I'm just saying, I consider that
where we are. What do you mean where we are as black people?
I know what you mean.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
what? Failure is a slow process. Yeah. Progress is a slow.
It's you know what I'm saying?
Process, and that's where we are.
And we've come into another country.
No, but fuck that shit, because I don't care, because pro slogan it's a pro whatever you said, yeah. Sorry, not being dismissive. No. But if I come to work, because I work like you, if I come to work and I'm working hard, I'm giving you customer service, I'm doing my job, I'm staying a couple minutes afterwards, I'm coming a couple minutes early. At least they're doing by the fucking rules that you hired me with. Come on, man. Because rather than I might as well be a bum in the thing and not do my work. You know, people that hide and sleep and all that. Bro, it's wrong.
You know, because
what's right is right and what's wrong is wrong.
Because I didn't like it. Obviously, that's the reason why I try to do. I strive as hard as I can to do my own business. Yeah, because I didn't like it.
That's the only freedom.
No, but wait for you. But hold tight. For me, sorry, I'm going to give you because I'm not
adapt to being here.
No, but it's not always like that. Cause I was on the train the other day as well, thinking. There's certain companies that give their people what they're supposed to give them. I don't know about the internal racism and stuff, but I look at people who work for Richard Branson, Virgin. That company takes care of his employees. Do you know what I'm saying? I know that when you work for them, you get this, that, and the third.
The supervisor might be racist though.
No, this is the thing. No, but you know what? He's got the thing of it is this is the thing is you can make people do something, but you can't make them care. Yeah. And then that's the other fuckery. It's like a double-edged sword. We still got the people that can tick them boxes, but still be that same person you're dealing with.
Exactly. What are you gonna do? You can't do nothing about it.
Can't make them care.
You can't do nothing about it.
No.
So you have to
but the thing is, we can't wait for them to care. We care.
No, but we've got to understand our purpose here as well. I'm not saying it like that. But we still a lot of us where we come from, we're here, we're patriotic still about where we come from, even if we were born here.
Everybody's got the right to be patriotic to where they feel to. Like whatever country, don't matter where they're born or where they live.
Hear me out just for the point. I'm saying that we're patriotic about where we come from.
I see you in the back.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, if it's not like, we're like, I want to be British. You know, there's some people like that. I don't get to but like, I'm saying.
But they're entitled to be.
No, I'm not saying they're not entitled to be. I'm saying more or less when we link up with each other, we tell each other our countries that our families are from, even if you're not from there. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, even in terms of like you're born there, like,
and our names and stuff as well.
We love saying, we African, but how much time do we link up based on being British? Even though that's what we should be linking up on, and we are linking up on because we're in the same country and we kind of grew up in the same kind of schooling and whatnot. Do you know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, that's not something that we always held to the proudest of esteem. Everyone still claims where their family's from.
No, but the thing of it is,
does that mean you should be respected as?
No, I'm just saying we should still understand the context of that. Alright, cool. Let's understand that part and understand the part that we still came to another person's country.
Yeah, but
there's so much entitlement in England. I believe that if we actually thought about half of that entitlement in the countries that we're from, we ain't getting that.
I don't care. You can't call me a nigger or black bastard or none of that shit and think I'm gonna get because you're giving me a good job. I'm gonna take that shit. Someone's gonna why?
I don't take it. You should realize that's what's going on and
no, you're not gonna adapt. Yeah. What, by punching him in the mouth or something? No,
by starting your own business.
Okay. You know that's fair enough.
Knowing that I can't take that, I'm a man that will punch him in his mouth.
Okay.
Maybe I should just, as long as it takes, build this brick by brick.
Yeah, but also you need to shine the light on them and make sure it doesn't go on because they're taking a piss. Because you can't be saying on the one hand, come in. What
about if you let's say for instance, the two of you had a company, yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Who are you employing?
Anyone who does the job good.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay. Are you?
Wow. Well, I think I'm completely entitled to hire anyone who can do the job, and I know them. Like that's what lots of other groups.
Yeah, but I'd have to like you. I'd have to like you as well, though.
So would you take priority in hiring black staff?
Nah, I go for energy. I don't care. I don't care because like the whole black, white, green, blue, all that to me is bollocks. Cool. Because there's so many good and bad people in all different walks of life. That's why we do live talks. And you'll see all different colours on my screen because that's what the human race is to me.
That's right.
So I don't see none of that. I see who you are, your energy, whether you're like whether you're positive or negative, whether you're aggressive or passive, whether you're nice, whether you're hard worker. If you're none of them things, if I can see a problem, like, you know what, baked potato, I see you later. Yeah. Maybe you might need help and I can help you. I might do that as well. You might be a diamond in the rough. So it doesn't matter who you are.
What's the solution then?
No, but we're not talking about us because in this room we've got decent people. We're talking about the other people.
No, but I'm saying if people like us, even if we had the place to hire people, we wouldn't take
I would hire the right person.
No, I hear you, and that's good. But I'm saying,
how would you get the right person?
Like that. So
how?
So what do you mean the right person? How their thing works.
The best person for the job on their merit.
No, that's good. Mm-hmm. But I'm saying, but then it might be, and it might end up being them again.
Okay. It might, and it might not.
All right, let me put you guys like this, yeah? Cool. You got a business, right? Go through. You got a business, yeah? This is what I understand from business. I've worked in many different places, yeah? More often than not, the company is running before you start, before you go there. And it will still be running when you leave. Mm-hmm. You just come in and go. If you think you're anywhere near bigger than the company, it's bullshit. There's a certain thing, doesn't matter if you're black, white, green, that's why I said to you the other thing before. That's why I said to you the other thing before about...
that is the truth.
Would they do the same thing if it was a white person and a black person? They didn't want to see them because the company, it's numbers. No, but I don't know if they would have, but company's numbers because they know, like, because of what you're saying now, like, even if I like you, don't like you,
they don't care. They don't care.
Listen, if you're in a company, like human beings, this one might pull a sickie, this one might do that. It's a law of numbers. So they'll just keep, you might be good for the job, you might just be a seat filler. Yeah. They'll keep going through. Oh, you made a bit of noise. Oh, can we deal with the noise? Oh, we can't deal with noise. It's like, all right, let's get rid of that one. Right. You know what I mean? Like,
let's say you had a property, yeah? There's property, and you've got these 3 families that are going to move in. This is property, yeah? One of them's black.
Did you catch that? I know, but
sorry. That's it. One of them's a black family. Yeah. One of them's a Chinese family. Yeah. And one of them's an Asian family.
All right, can I ask you?
You said Chinese and Asian. That's the same thing, babe.
Oh yeah, you're right. So let's say one of them's Middle East. Yeah. One of them's like Turkish Greek. One of them's Chinese. And one of them's black. Yeah.
All right. Okay. All right. So what? Okay. What kind of black?
What's the question?
Well, no. What kind of black? Where are they from?
All right. Let's say they're Caribbean.
What kind of Chinese? Are they Chinese? Where are they from?
Mainland China.
Mainland China.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then you said Turkish or Greek? Where are they from?
They're Turkish.
They're Turkish from Turkey. Are they from Cyprus or they're from Turkey?
They're from Turkey.
They're from Turkey, Istanbul. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. You alright?
Good.
All right. Before you put your hand up.
So
go on. So you
I'm not. It's asking.
Who are you asking?
Yeah. Before you see the family, which family are you more interested in giving the house to?
How many? What is the family demographic? Is it like mum, dad, kids? What is it? We talking?
Families.
Are they okay? Are they identical apart from their nationalities?
Yes.
Me on paper, I'd have to see them. I'd have to meet them.
No, but before you're not gonna get to meet him. You got to choose.
But why? But why this question? What is the question?
No, I'm just asking a general question. Just answer the question.
But based on what you're asking us to judge, though, isn't it? That's essentially what you're saying is judge.
Maybe when we get to the end of it, but what you got to understand, I'm asking questions based upon your way of thinking. I'm just asking.
But there's nothing to think about if you got different groups of people and you don't know nothing about them. They're different groups of people that you don't know nothing about. Yeah. That's the long and short of it, isn't it?
Yeah. So you wouldn't have you wouldn't care about. You
can't make a decision on that, innit? No, you need something to go on.
And that's good because you're morally doing business. And a lot of people don't do business with morals. People do business on stats and things like that.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying to you?
Yeah.
So depending on the stats of these communities.
Yeah.
Is where someone will be.
But you're just saying, are we going to be part of the problem? No. How can we be when we're on the receiving end of that shit? Like, why? But I asked you,
after you've been on the receiving end of that shit, I said, if you lot had the space to have a corporate company, would you strategically plan to hire black people?
No.
I'd hire the best person for the job.
Yeah, I wouldn't do either of one.
What he's saying is basic because when you work, they prioritize hiring a certain type of person.
Yeah.
Okay, do you know what? Yeah, do you know what?
Yeah.
But when we get the opportunity to do that.
Thank you, Mac.
But the
the wizard speaking!
No, but this is the thing.
I'll change my answer.
Yeah.
I want to change my answer. I want to change my answer. Go on.
No, but this is the problem with them lot. They only know one way of doing it. That they don't even realise that it's... Just do it. I wouldn't have an issue if you're doing things the best way.
Like maybe that
I would prioritize black people.
Yes.
Because I'm aware of all the stuff that they go through when they're going for jobs because of all the other disparities. That's the reason I do it, and that's why I would do it. Because I'm black, I would do it because of that.
Yeah.
And it wouldn't be like in the same. It wouldn't be a reverse of what they're doing as far as I'm concerned.
Because if you're thinking,
and then also I would do it for people who would like not just hold on a minute, please, like lower income or whatever, working class. Some people who might not be qualified or whatever, but was hard workers. Those are the kind of people that I'd go for. That's like nationalities that might get a hard time. That's what I would do.
Yeah.
But the reality is
morally good, isn't it?
No, but the reality is, if I had a business and I'm hiring, I'm going to go to the people I know. And the reality is, I know a lot of people, but most of the people I know is black.
Yeah,
That's
no, but
a reality.
I'm
So
saying,
I know.
strategically prioritize.
No, I wouldn't strategically do it though.
But you don't need to when you've got a
No,
plethora.
I wouldn't.
like,
No, but I wouldn't. No, I take that back. Sorry, Semtex. Semtex, innit? You like me? Semtex.
Yeah.
No, I would. If what I'm saying, if there was a black guy and a white guy, I'd pick the black guy over the white guy. If it was a choice like that, just because he's black, I'd just give him a chance. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. I wouldn't be actively looking, but I would do that.
Everybody else does.
You know what I'm saying? That's what I would do.
And that's what you're doing morally, yeah? So when the business has gone, I'm just saying, let's say for argument's sake.
Because the black guy put him, that's being fucking racist.
Your business is full of black people.
It could happen.
Stereotypical. What kind of stereotypical?
I'm not saying that would happen. I'm saying, let's just say.
Don't hire your mates or your
argument's
Don't hire your friends.
I need to go to a wedding. I need to go to a funeral. I need to go abroad. Like, no, don't do it.
This is what I'm saying to you. So I'm not saying that it's right. I'm not saying nothing's right
but you
or
know
wrong.
enough. This is my point, though. Pick the right
But
person.
we're having a podcast, so I'm just saying.
Pick the right person, did it?
Alright,
Yeah,
cool.
right.
If I'm thinking business, I'm not thinking this. I'm not thinking like Malcolm X when I'm doing business.
But you don't
anymore.
need to.
I used to. That's why I've done so much, and I still have a pride for my people. Yeah, and that's just my when I say my people, I just feel like human race anyway. Yeah? The right people, my tribe, people that just like me, not your skin tone, because that don't make sense to me, like you say. But my whole thing is that like, if we're the only ones that are even told to look at things in that way, where what's going on and how we should look at it, and we've kind of been given the way to look at a lot of things at times. So when it happens, really, you know what I'm saying? The reason why they keep us out of those places is because they know, you know what I mean? They just don't think a black woman's going to speak out. Maybe they think that black man's going to speak out quicker
Well,
than a
they
black...
probably think black man's going to while out
Yeah,
at work like
do you
he ain't
understand
had
what I'm
a
saying?
job before. Oh, my God.
You know what?
Fuck's
I
sake.
apologise. I didn't send the text, but it landed on me afterwards. I agree with you.
Yeah.
So what else happened in there, man? We burned the whole house down.
Right. Setting up man in the casino, all of these things. I'm not saying like that.
I just burned the whole place down. But anyway, so going back to the case and everything, and then the moment that you knew, like not even the moment that you knew, how did you, with the fire in your belly, because I know you got fire. You said this one went, you found some other stuff out later on, what went on, but what was the camel's head, what was the last straw? And then what was the definitive moment when you said, no, I'm going to do this? 'Cause I don't know what did you pay for your own legal coverage?
No.
You pay for your legal, your solicitor and all that stuff?
You have to. It's not free, innit?
So you paid, and how long did the case go on?
Because there was the pandemic as well. So I only went to court this summer, and then they had a break. Like, it finished in October.
And every time you talk to them, you got paid them, innit?
Everything, every communication
So
cost.
you've taken on all of this, like what, you know, like when you said, you know, fuck it, I'm going to take them on, I don't care what happens, that definitive moment, what was that?
Do you know what the real reality is? I was left with no choice. I didn't have a choice. Like,
what happened? How was you left with no choice?
Well, it just, so it happened again, come to work, and there was a case of a customer who didn't want black dealers.
They said go downstairs again?
Well, they kept us away from the person, and again, they were quite brazen about it as well. That's what I'm trying to say to you, like, they didn't even hide it. So, like, you're in my face with it. So I'm like, what are you doing? Like, what is this? Like, are we really here again? Like,
so what, they sent you downstairs again? What did they do to you this time? What was it? What was the last straw?
No, you have to understand the casinos just got different rooms. They kept us away. We were just not near that customer.
Yeah, okay.
And they pretty much told us, and I was just tired of having the same conversation. Like, I've been here before. I've gave you a couple of chances. We ain't going nowhere. And then what the man come off with, he said things to me like, oh, it's because he's superstitious. Like, I don't give a fuck.
What? Oh, he said because the gambler was superstitious.
Yeah, like you can't say that to me. You just can't say that to me. I just, for me, I felt like it was like speaking two languages. Like, I don't know how else to say it.
Yeah. It's like something's ready, you're telling me it's black. What are you talking about?
They're saying it in your face. Like, what else am I actually going to do? Like, I had two choices. So one choice is to do nothing and stay there. Like, keep going to work every day. One thing is do nothing and just leave, go away, and just walk away from that. Or fight. What's it called? Fight, flight, or something. There's the free... Yeah, that's what it's actually a case of. It's not a case of anything else.
And this after 12 years?
13 years I worked there, yeah.
So it's the build-up, basically, isn't it?
Fucking hell, like, it was just... And do you know what's really sad?
It's not just like one...
Do you know what's really, really sad? You know that, like, the pandemic, as bad as it is and how it's affected people, it actually came at a time when I just needed to breathe. Like, I actually needed to breathe. And I was scared. Like, I'm a proud person. You would have never heard me say I was scared a few years ago. But, like, this shit happened to me. Like, I did it. And if I had stayed scared, like, I wouldn't have finished it through. But when that pandemic happened, everyone was scared. So I didn't feel alone. It's so bad. It was, I had the pandemic, but other things going on. But it's so bad that made me feel not by myself.
Like, no, I'm saying that felt it was a breathing space. A lot of people.
And how bad is it that something like that is the thing that gave me a breather? Like, that's crazy.
It's scary, but even like the last interview that was talking about, you know, like someone saying, you know, when they went away, it was the only time you got time to think. And I've heard that from a lot of people.
When it's locked behind the door, yeah.
And a lot of people have that, like when they lock
dark
away,
moments.
Only time I've heard friends tell me the only time I get time to think is when they sitting down. Do you know what I'm saying? So it's crazy, isn't it? But it's blessings in disguise.
No, but and this is the thing, but also that whole pandemic and even other things like this life. It's like life will always throw you curveballs. It's fucked up. Like something's gonna come in and hit you like a train.
Of course, it's life.
Like there's so many things.
Whoa, wait. Life talks.
That's what I'm telling you. There's so many. There's so many.
So, all right. So I want to get to the thing because I want to get you. We haven't got to the court case yet.
Yeah.
When you decided to go get the court case, what was your first steps? When you said "fuck it, I've had enough," what did you do first? What you phone a barrister? Who did you phone? Citizens Advice Bureau? What did you do?
No, there's
talk to your husband. What did you do?
There's so many. There's so much stuff that happens and processes and like you have to have a solicitor to dot your I's and cross your yes, that's the word, litigation, right? I've got kids, I've got to keep going, right?
And all formalities, formalities,
like I would never be able to do that stuff because it's not in my remit, do you know what I mean? So you have to go, and then they have to explain it to you in stages, otherwise you'd fucking overload, but you would never know what it's like until you actually go through it. And then, like, these lot are big people, you know. Like, I'm just one person.
The company.
Yeah.
Of course, when you go to court, they've got the bad boy barristers that are saying...
I'm just one person. They're a corporation, So they can just... I don't know, they can just play it differently.
I don't want to know what they can do.
Yeah.
I want to know what they did do.
Well, just like, for example, they came and they had it's called a stenographer. You know the people that write?
Yeah.
They had somebody doing that.
They had their own one?
Yeah, because they paid for it. It cost money.
Yeah, they had their own, because the court's got one.
No, it's not like the movies.
The court ain't got one?
No.
The courts I've been to got
No,
them.
the judge was writing by herself. Okay. She was listening and doing the typing.
Okay.
Yeah?
It's a different kind of court though, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. It's not the criminal one.
Yeah, I'm not a criminal though.
But for example, they had a person, they would do that and they would do all the fucking, have someone type in every single word that was said for that whole day. They would print that shit off and they would have people going through it and going through anything that I said. And I said a lot of things. All I did was speak the truth. That's all I did. Yeah. And there was a lot in there. But they had time and money to do that. And then...
Did they try to settle with you at all? Did they try to give you a settlement at all?
No, even if they did, I wouldn't be allowed to talk about it.
Okay.
Yeah. But this is the thing. It's like, for all the stuff that happened and for the way they went on about it, like, it's not fair to say money would make that okay.
No.
Do you know what I mean? But then at the same time, what are you going to do? You're going to make them care? You can make them do this and that. But it's weird if they're doing it just because you're making them do that. You don't want them to do it because you're making. You want them to fucking care, innit? Yeah. But I ain't begging it.
You know what's good though, yeah? You see what's good is because you won, innit?
That's the legal term for it, yeah.
Okay, you won.
That's the legal term for it.
You won that, yeah? Say this is my understanding how this shit works. If she won another time when someone has a problem she has, there's a precedent for someone who had the same problem and they look at that and on the basis of that person could win their case. Do you understand what I'm saying? So that's the benefit that you've given maybe another black person or someone in the thing. Do you know what I'm saying? I think that's right.
I don't know, because it's like a little bit of a world of its own. Like the stuff they was doing, I don't think normal jobs needed to see them do that to not do that.
No,
you know
you're
what I mean?
misunderstanding what I'm saying, but I hear what you're saying, but go on.
Because they were writing shit down.
Yeah.
Like, it was just so blatant. Like,
Yeah, but my point is, like, you could have, other people would have been put off at certain points. You wasn't put off at all. I don't know how much money you spent, I don't know what you went through. But you've now, on paper, you've gone against them, and you've done something on paper, so that will lie somewhere, and that will maybe help someone else later on, basically.
I hope so, and
See
it'll be interesting to see what they decide the consequence of this is. Because I want to know. I want to know what happens when you behave like that. You get found guilty in an employment tribunal. I would like to know what happens.
Are you in contact with any of the other people, the girls at all? Do you talk to them at all?
I worked with them for 13 years.
So you talk to them?
Yeah, they were my friends. They are my
You
friends.
brought them over. How do they feel about what you went through and what you did? Because are they still working in the industry?
Nah, man.
They left.
No.
And then obviously they didn't fight. They just like said.
So you didn't sue them for a sum? Did you sue them for a sum?
It doesn't work like that.
Okay.
It doesn't work like
Listen,
that.
explain it. Yeah,
It's like, okay, so what I come to understand, when you take something to the employment tribunal, the whole point about it is they're saving money for everybody. Like, so no matter what happens, even though I'm just an employee, they're the respondent, they're the big company. So whatever happens, whatever the outcome, no one's got to pay somebody else's legal fees. So that means you could come to that place, I don't know if the word is charged for it. It doesn't feel like a charge to me. And then, I don't even think the word they use is convicted either. I don't even know if they use the same language they use I don't even know how they put it. Like, but they maybe, is it like direct race discrimination? That's what they've been done for. Yeah? So, what does that mean? Like, what does that mean?
So what, do you think it was worth it?
I think I have yet to find out. I don't think it's now that's going to tell me, because it's not been easy, but if something good...
Did you choose to go down that route? Or because I'm sure you can... people haven't won money from suing people.
I haven't. That's all I can tell you. That's all I can say.
Take it a step further, that you've won a case?
Possibly, I think that might be possible,
No, there's for this kind of thing, there's a cap. There's rules at the employment tribunal. Like, the rule will be about injury to feelings, and there's a cap on that. Like, and they decide. So they decide how you feel about what happened to you, and they monetize that, and there's a cap on it.
So was it that at least?
That's yet to happen if it happens. That's what I'm saying, yeah.
Okay.
But imagine that. So somebody else gets to decide how you felt about it, or how it affected your feelings.
Do you know this is the world we're living in, though?
Baby, you're telling me. I can't wait to see, but I ain't holding out for anything. Trust me, I'm not. I just want to see, yeah.
You know, I've got so much respect and admiration for you, because I don't know how much you spent on the court, but you're sitting from here smiling, your mother.
It hurt, but like money come, money go, innit?
But you went ahead and did it.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, it's serious. Like, I'll take a leaf out of this. I'll give you a clap. Seriously, you wouldn't have did that.
I didn't do it by myself.
What field do you want to get
means.
into after this? You want to get back into the casino field?
No, I don't think.
Hey, you know what you do for the casino? What you do?
Yeah, clean hands. I know that.
Baked potato, see you later.
Clean hands, mate. That is real.
So, I'm going to ask this question. What was you...
I don't know. Like, I don't even... There's loads of things I want to do. There always has been, isn't it?
What do you have a passion for?
Huh?
What do you have a passion for?
Talking.
The
truth.
The truth,
Only the truth.
Yeah.
The truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
Wow, you've been in court too long, darling.
Oh, mate. You know what? You know how bad it got? Like, I ain't going to lie, right? The way the thing work, you have to understand and know so much and take it all in.
What you do? Or in general?
No, you who's going to go to court and deal with that. Like, I had a 10-day trial, yeah? Or hearing, whatever they want to call it. So, and you've lived that as well.
Yeah, of course.
Do you know how fucked up it was? You know, when the court was done, not the decision came ages after, but when the court was done, can you imagine that when I went to bed, I was in fucking court?
Yeah,
I was in fucking court,
babe.
like in my subconscious.
Oh, man, so sorry for you.
I can't do nothing about that. Like, that's how deep.
We were there so long, so yeah, that's happened to me
That's
before.
how deep it got.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Like, oh, mate, thank God that shit was only in my sleep. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But that's how you know it's got under your skin. And that was the problem, is you got under my fucking skin. Like, come out.
So it's out your skin now, though, right?
I can't, well, as soon as, like, I don't get to draw the line under it. I'm in this legal system. I don't get to say, oh, it don't work like that.
Yeah.
They have to say, like,
but I mean, the fact that they've been found, whatever they've been found,
yeah,
is a step in the right direction, no?
Definitely. Listen, ain't no mark on my name. That's all I know.
Yeah.
That's all I know.
Yeah. You got any advice for anybody in the same position or going through stuff? No, serious. You're a strong black woman. We're here. We're talking about stuff. You're a mother as well. You got a voice.
Nah, the only thing I would say is it's fucking complicated, but I think I get it now. So
it's fucking complicated, but you think you get it now?
Yeah, and then if somebody was ever gonna go down that path and they wanted to ask me something, I would happily take that call, and if I could assist or give that person any information or advice about it, I would.
Okay.
Like, and I'll just tell them the truth. Like,
what about anybody experiencing like blatant in your face undercurrent?
What can I say?
Well, let me finish the question first, because you're in the undercurrent racism. But sometimes it can be like you, but they may not be like you, and they may be like your friends that walked away from the table and not be able to deal with the stuff. You know, like straight on, they might internalize it. So for those two, you understand what I'm asking? Yeah.
Yeah, but us as a people, we experience this shit all the time, every day. It's not like we get to switch off from it. So there's nothing I can or need to say to them that they don't know. Like, do you know what I'm saying? Though? It don't make no sense. So no. It is what it is, isn't it? Like, but we ain't waiting. We need to come and get ourselves, isn't it? That's the be all and the end of it.
So that's what you're saying. We need to come and get ourselves.
No one's coming for us. You get me? No one's coming for us.
Love that. That's life talks. Semhar, aka Semtrix, was by the camera.